Now, the Portfolio Committee on Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities says it is horrified by the incidence of gender-based violence reported as Women's Month draws to a close.
Now, that also comes as the IFP is calling on government to do more to protect South Africa's women after yet another body was discovered in Mthwalume in KZN. Let's try now to reconnect with the Police Minister Bheki Cele, who joins us via Skype.
Minister, once again, thank you so much for joining us. I want to start with Mthwalume. What do we know about the charred body that was found? Is it connected to the other murders that took place early on in the month? And also, the community in Mthwalume was complaining that there was no visible policing. When you went there on the 15th of August, you promised that community that that was going to change. And also, they were complaining they don't have a police station nearby them. Has that changed at all?
Well, good morning to both of you. We're also worried about the body that was picked about 48 hours ago at Mthwalume. Yes, the information we have is that the body belongs to a female, and it looks like the female has been identified by the police, and the investigations are continuing. Whether the body is linked to the rest of the bodies that have been picked there, that has not been done to know exactly if it is linked to it. But the investigations, in the shortest time, we will know if it's a part of those bodies or it's just the other criminality that has led to the murder of another woman again. Which is, we agree with the call from the Portfolio Committee, from the IFP and the women in general to say we'll have to do more in terms of protection of women. But that call is also made to the whole society to say let's work together on these matters, because it cannot just be the law enforcement agencies only, but all of us, the parents, the friends, the families, the community themselves, will have to put the shoulder on this one to stop the scourge of killing women. But going back to Mthwalume, I was there again last Wednesday. There were issues that were raised. Going to Mthwalume last week was for the fourth time that I've gone there. The community has raised the issue of policing. The police station to the area where it's supposed to police actually is 15 minutes. If the police can do proper work, that can work. But as it was raised, the Secretariat and the Inspectorate has gone in that police station, and the changes will be done very soon by the National Commissioner, because we have discovered what are the problem. The problem are in the administration of the station. The resources are not too bad.
Yes.
It's not a too-big station. It's a station with an 88 members and enough cars. It looks like it's an administration that the commissioner will be bringing some changes.
Now, Minister, if I could come in there, unfortunately, we don't have that much time to spend with you today, and we still have a couple of more questions we want to throw your way. We're talking about the protection of women. Indeed, protection of all South Africans is at the core of what you do and what your team at the SAPS does every single day. But with the focus being on gender-based violence, we saw groupings of hundreds of mainly young women, including a few young men, marching in various centres across South Africa. And some of it got pretty heated. We're looking at pictures that have been coming through from Cape Town yesterday, where police felt the need to use tear gas on marches on the rainy streets of Cape Town, of young people trying to bring government's attention to the scourge of gender-based violence. Would you say that that action by your police members in Cape Town would have come across as being heavy-handed?
Well, the police need to really work with the communities out there, but also the communities, when they march, it needs to be a peaceful march. When they march in whatever form, I don't know what's really happened there. In whatever form, when it begins to destroy the property, when it attack other people and become violence, police need to act. But I believe and I agree with you that there are many marches that have been going on without tear gas, without anything. Police will go along and all that. So we are encouraged those. But the marches, especially the marches for such a serious matter, needs not to be violent themselves.
Minister, if we can talk about Eldorado Park now and the unfortunate death of Nathaniel Julies, allegedly at the hands of the police. We know that 2 police officers have been arrested so far. An extra charge has been laid on. They now face an extra charge of possession of prohibited ammunition. This speaks to police officers that may be going rogue to a certain extent, because you've got members of that community already feeling harassed by the police. Complaining for years, complaining about the actions of that of the police within that area, and there's also allegations of profiling. Can you comment on that?
Well, now and again there will be communities complaining about the police. As you are saying at Mthwalume, there is the same one. We are looking at it. Eldos again. The community has raised the matter, and we have looked at the matter. The way we have looked at the matter is double approach. Firstly, the crime that is committed cannot be investigated by the police themselves. That's why the IPAD is, and it looks like we're having a progress on that one. But also administratively, the National Commission, the Provincial Commissioner, they will have to look if the community's complaints are genuine, and they'll have to act in the administration of the police station.
And now, Minister, just before we let you go, we again saw scenes this week where, and it's almost become a replay, of you having to visit a family who's lost a loved one. This time in Eldorado Park, a loved one lost allegedly at the hands of one of your own. And we see you going hat in hand, paying your respects to the family. The President, as well as yourself, calling for calm from the community. The MSC for safety, asking the community to come forward. But this is a community, like many others in South Africa, who have seen too many of these kinds of cases happening, have seen you visit these mourning, grieving families far too often. At what stage does the call stop from being, we need the community to stand up, we need the community to help us, and the work actually starts reaping the benefit from your side, from the side of the police and law enforcement?
But the visits you talk about is not always by the police, especially in Western Cape. Most of the victims will be the young people from the outcomes of the gangsters, the crossfire of the gangsters. It's not necessarily that most or all of the visits are because of the police. But where police break the law, they become criminals, and we act as such, really. We're not protecting anybody. We'll have to act on behalf of the community, and then the IPID or the police will have to investigate, and anybody who has done wrong will have to be arrested. But we shall not stop trying to improve the relationships between the police and the community, and make sure that the people that act irresponsible, they face the consequences.
Minister, thank you so much for speaking with us this morning here on ENCA. That's Police Minister Bheki Cele speaking about the issues in Mthwalume and also in Eldorado Park here in Johannesburg.